So it can actually be very crucial for your business when you're looking at payroll data, especially globalized, because you'll be able to look at things like the number of delays experienced when you're processing payroll, as well as like the frequency and types of errors that you're going to get in your payroll process. And then also you can use that to project the future payroll processing and requirements and look at how that will grow and the trends around that. Most companies will look at payroll as the end of a process when it should be looking at it as the destination. And that's where the MI and the BI, i.e. business intelligence and your management information, can be crucial, and payroll can facilitate that. We get in the payroll process is at the end of those processes. And it can also then highlight trends in various other processes, like how you're getting new hires, how you're terminating your employees, and potentially the turnover of your employees too. And that can really reveal issues within the onboarding process as a whole, where you collect the majority of your data in one lump sum. And therefore, most of your payroll issues will be derivative of that process. So it can actually have a huge impact on the actual process of making a decision within your business for the payroll process itself, but as a business. And how this can happen is that you're able to identify root causes of the process issues and the payroll results themselves, but it also allows you to have a more strategic response rather than just being a reactive measure that you're putting in place. But it can actually help distinguish where the performance goals are different from the efficiencies that you're able to achieve from that data as well. And then from that, you're able to facilitate the scalability without any kind of proportional increases in headcount to actually facilitate that process. And then that also allows you to have a bit more of an objective, data-driven process, rather than looking at subjective perceptions of your employees and your teams. The data will be able to point you in the right direction. There can actually be a huge risk to your business when you're not really taking in a lot of the data that payroll itself can provide you, but also systems that are able to facilitate that data. So this is where, when businesses are growing, they are putting more resources into their payroll operations, and that is not scalable if you have to keep doing that every time you go into a new country or increase your population within that country. And that will obviously give you that higher cost, especially when you're trying to build upon an inefficient process and where you're increasing your headcount to do that. And one area that we find our customers have seen in the past is that their financial reporting gets a lot more complicated, and they're not able to really utilize that payroll data in their financial reporting as effectively as they could do. And again, it goes back to that subjective perception versus the objective data that is being provided, which you won't get if you're not utilizing that data metric. Firstly, CloudPay's model is to use standardized data models, and that's across all countries and processes. And that is allowing you to be able to then look at things with a level benchmark rather than having different input methods and different output methods. And then it also allows you to have a dedicated analytics application which can standardize that reporting. And that allows you to be able to visualize your data a lot easier. But it can also allow you to have more insights into your payroll processes and your business operations outside of the standard accuracy and timeliness, which are great, but are not a measure of efficiency. They are a measurement of performance. And what our system allows you to do with that standardized data model is to really look at the trends and benchmarking against other customers, which is not possible in a standalone system where they are not able to do it at a global level, let alone give you insights into how you are measuring up against other industries, but also companies within the same industry as you, right? And then by using that data-driven insights, you're able to, as a business, as CloudPay, look at what our customers are doing on scale, where the problems are in the process that they may need to address some challenges. It's really important to start investing in a unified, standardized payroll data model. And that can take time, but also it's looking at the right solution that is able to give you that data across all countries and across the payroll process in its entirety. So that investment and that time in making sure you get the right solution, but utilizing that data and understanding that data. The second is to be able to look beyond standard metrics. Very easy to go back to accuracy and timeliness as your metrics, but that does not give you those efficiency metrics that you should be utilizing to get the real return of investment of moving to a data-driven model and a standardized global process. And the third tip is to use that data that is given to you across your departments and really use it to help collaborate on process changes to really bring that efficiency back into the rest of the business and make payroll strategic.